I never talk about meanings of things, especially if something is abstract. So, but it's amazing how much you can talk about without talking about that. And sort of sing out there, and you're a little bit, you know, you singing out there, and you kind of like just find yourself singing these lines. You don't even know why, you know, just singing these lines. But you're kind of like caught more in that area, you know, just pulling you in that area. There's lots of ways to talk to get people to see what you mean without, you know, talking about certain things.
It's not necessarily the same day. We don't even know. We don't even, I try to ask questions, and David will be like, wouldn't you like to know? And
or when I tried to figure it out and I literally got in trouble, I was like, don't you know you don't ask David about it? Oh, yeah.
Every director has a different way of working. So I don't know what other people do. It's you find yourself saying and doing things to get whoever it is you're talking to understand enough to make it feel correct.
But you just go with it.
Say and do exactly what he says.
Yeah.
And that felt really right. And we had no idea what we were doing either. Or who, what, where, when, why we were doing what we were doing. I didn't, at least I'll speak for myself, you know? But it's, you know, it felt right.
Action.
Uh-oh. Something's happened.
John had a portable Pro Tools rig, and we used lavalier mics and a boom mic. Each actor has their own track, and then there's a mic that has, it's kind of like an overhead mic, gives you another opportunity. And away you go with your laptop and your little box and plug everything in, and it's all on antennas, and it works out real nice. This is a noisy world, and especially noisy where we shot this scene.
This one, whatever you wish.
So a lot of things have to be cleaned, and if there happens to be an airplane underneath a line that you love that line, then you've got to bring in an airplane, match the level that's in that line, and then take it out again.
Are you worried about just some general ambient airplane stuff that's not literally right on top of us?
No.
That's okay?
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a couple where there's jets right overhead. I'll pick out those lines.
Okay, see if which line's really needed, and
Okay.
we'll do those. Those things are not necessarily bad unless they break the mood and are the flow of the scene. Then they're bad. So you go to work and try to fix them.
David, you want to hear a couple of these examples? It might not be as bad as I thought it was.
They all sound very muffled.
A little bit. We'll EQ them. Stanley's the worst because of the coat.
I was on Kristen during this. So Stanley's we've got, and we've got Kristen off camera.
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
Well, the first assembly, Mary puts together based on the script.
The two of us will look at that first assembly a couple of weeks after principal photography's ended. We do that, used to be on the flatbed, now we do it just on the Avid.
And it's a point of departure. And from there, you start talking. I like the turn in that, but then there's another series where I'm more from Kristen's point of view.
On Stanley?
On Stanley, and it's a big close-up. Then the next thing gets a little bit closer. Then there's talking. There's like some stuff with them in their chairs before she asked for a drink. And we could maybe, you know, try something like that.
To make it scarier?
Just to kind of get in, you know, get a mood going. With actors, there's rehearsing and talking, rehearsing and talking, rehearsing and talking, and all the time it's getting closer to being the thing. Editing is like far away. It's where it is. It could be close, it could be far away. And it's got to go to feel correct and be right. And that's a process, just like everything else. If you're working with an editor, it's not that you are not ever surprised in a good way. you know, you're working with a great DP, and they can do some incredible things that give you even more than what you know, expected. Same way with, you know, Mary's editing. These are gifts working with, you know, talented people. And, but if it isn't correct, or it isn't as good as you think it should be based on the original idea, then you say something and you work until you get it that way.
David does not shoot an excessive amount of footage. He's very efficient. But when you have to look at it in film, it's just unbelievably lugubrious, laborious, and time-consuming, and it's just really heavy lifting. Creatively, it's still heavy lifting. You really have to make choices, and you know, you pick the, you know, take you like, and then it doesn't cut right to the other ones you have, and it's a very, very time-consuming and labor-intensive part of the process, which is hugely facilitated by the Avid. It cuts the time so radically.
And it has everything you need to get what you want in a very speedy manner. Because it's fast, you get that extra time to experiment and find these things you're looking for.